How's it going, Sagittarius? This is the Infinite. I'm Charlie, and welcome to one of the channel's brand new timeless offerings. So, I wanted to put together guidance that would be on a more timeless basis, so when people found it, it would be more meant for them, as opposed to kind of bookended by new moons or astrological things like that. So, we are doing this. So the idea is the burning questions, questions that like light a fire under us or that are creatively related that help us to really alight in a sense of ourselves, a light in creativity, just that forward moving energy that is really, I mean, it's literally your element. So you definitely get it, I'm sure. And it's also that expansive Jupiter energy of the ninth house, over which you rule with Jupiter. So we're going to dive right in. So the question, before I start though, the question is, where's my creative inspiration hiding? Sometimes it's been very interesting because it's not all straightforward, right? Every sign has had a different answer. And I think this is like, where's my creative inspiration hiding is really about removing blocks or being aware of the blocks that are kind of in the way of our inspiration. So we're going to dive right in. All right, Saggies. So I invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. All right, Sagittarius. I feel like your guides are in the house. Woo. So this is the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle deck by Kelly Sullivan Walden that I'm starting with here. So, okay, I mean, all right. One with the sun, be the light. I think this is kind of like leaning into that fifth house, that beautiful Leo energy of pleasure and fun and joy. Which one? That one. X marks the spot. See the love in disguise. Oh, Sagittarius, this is beautiful. See the love in disguise. I'm almost getting that this is like healing that you've been doing, and it's like seeing the love that you wanted. It's almost like it wasn't, it's like coming, but not in a way that you expect. Or there's like a way that you're wrapping up. I'm getting this like inner child vibes, like you're wrapping up your inner child in a whole lot of love. And that's what's allowing you to, be one with the sun, right? Beautiful energy, Saggies. Okay, so I'm going to clarify with the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. Yeah, a little bit of love coming in, maybe, but I feel like if it is. Oh, Spirit. This is going to be one of those readings, Sagittarius. Spirit's been a little bit sassy today at times, so bear with me. So, Spirit, can I get some creative messages here? This burning question, inspiration hiding hidden. Oh, the Fool, Sagittarius. Come on. Details of the question. It's almost like you're taking a sort of laissez-faire attitude to manifesting. Like you're just like, meh, I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take the leap on this. It's like this very beautiful, like leaping energy, very Jupiterian. Is that even a word? I don't know. If it isn't, it is now. It's very Jupiter energy. That's just like, yes, you know what? I'm taking the leap and I'm gonna make the best of it anyway, which is super Sagittarian. Like super Sagittarian. Spirit, can I get some further guidance here? This is great energy. This is kind of like the energy that you're bringing to this. Where's my inspiration hiding? You're like, wherever it's hiding, I'm going to make the best of it. High Priestess again. Okay, that's coming out. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I just apologized to my tarot deck, but here we are. All right, Saggies. Details of the question are within, I'm getting. Like the way that you're going to navigate this question, where's your creative inspiration? And it could just be your inspiration to do something, to feel something, to take action on something. It's like, yeah, to take action on something, I'm getting. I mean, again, Spirit's like very sassy today. But it's like this way that you're just, you have to let yourself be led and overcome any worries because that's what's going to move you forward. The details of the question. Hierophant, and the Hermit. So I think the details of the question is like trusting your inner wisdom versus trusting what tradition has told you you should be doing, or what, makes the most sense given, what you've been taught or things that you learned, like this clinging to institutions and norms, like normative behavior, normative expectations. I mean, as someone who is I think about it. There's a term heteronormativity from a queer folks, from a queer gang. And it's almost like these normativities that have guided society. It's like you're breaking free of them. I almost feel like the Hermit and the High Priestess are closing in on this Hierophant energy within you and being like, no, no, no. This is like, it's not disappearing it. But I think that what it's doing is putting it in the proper perspective, I should say, shining the proper light on it so that you don't get confused and in that Nine of Swords energy about what it actually means. So like, if you want tradition, does that mean you want commitment? Does that mean that you want monogamy? Or does that mean that you want marriage, picket fence, kids, house, like all of that stuff? What of it do you want, right? And it's like shining that light on it. Yeah. Spirit, can I get some more messages from our wonderful Sagittarian collective, please? I think the answer that you want is, I think you really want something that's grounded. I think you want something that's stable. And I just get the feeling like that hasn't, like with that Nine of Swords popping out, and the Eight of Wands, I get the feeling like it hasn't been the most consistent. Like, consistency is kind of like a luxury, right? It's exquisite. Consistency is exquisite in romantic relationships because it's just like, it's balance. It's balance. It's so many things. It makes accessible a whole lot too. Yeah, it gives you confidence. Like it's this beautiful foundation. And I feel like in terms of where your inspiration's been hiding, I think it's like the way that you've been I kind of get like denying yourself this fifth house pleasure, like one with the sun, like you're denying yourself this beauty, this joy. Like seventh house is more long-term commitment, and that's Hierophant energy, but like nothing here suggests like the in and out energy of a Knight of Wand or Sword. And the Queen of Cups here with the Hermit and High Priestess and Hierophant, like these are all major arcana cards, all of them, like except for the Queen of Pentacles. So like Sagittarius, this is big, like this is big stuff. I get that you're healing big stuff too, or you're healing from big stuff. What is it that my Sagittarians need to let go of and release in order to uncover their creative inspiration? Well, I feel like you are releasing it, whatever it is. I mean, the World and Four Pentacles, come on, right? So the Sun came out with the Six of Pentacles. Giving too much of yourself away, overgiving. Yeah, overgiving, for sure. So the Sun came out, in keeping with this Sun card there. I think it's like you have to release the things that are keeping you from this Sun energy, which is like overgiving. Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the Moon, and Queen of Wands. Like you get so excited about the fact that you have a ton of energy and resources to give, even if it's of yourself or your time. And I think that you give so much. And I don't think that people recognize, or understand the value of what you're giving all the time. And that can feel really just awful because like you're giving and you're like, okay, well, I would just like for somebody to have some kind of thought into what I would like. Just tiny little bit. Like thoughtfulness is not complicated. Sometimes it's just being like, hey, I recognize that this took a lot out of you to give. Or, if you're out at a grocery store, for example, and I don't know why this is coming up. This is random, but we'll go with it. You're at the grocery store, probably because I just did groceries, but like you're at the grocery store and you know that your I don't know, your roommate or your friend or your partner or your parent or your sibling or whatever, whomever. Think about this in a living with someone context, right? You're out doing groceries, you see something on sale and you're like, oh, I know they would really like that. You just do it without thinking, right? Because it's a thoughtful thing. That's who you are. That's a very Sagittarian energy. 1010 was just on the time. And it's almost like people haven't been doing that in turn. They have not been thoughtful in turn. And you never expect that. You don't expect it, but like it would just be nice to have that consistency from other people every now and again. I know that that's inconsistent to say every now and again, but like for that to just be something that shows up. I think it's left you feeling a little bit miffed. Five of Pentacles, Moon, Queen of Wands, like a little bit frustrated. A little bit, okay, so maybe miffed is the right word. Just this conflict, because and conflict can just be inner conflict about like not getting what we want, right? Like you're not getting what you want. You're not feeling satisfied and fulfilled. I'm going to put these down because that's big energy in this. It's big energy in this. But I don't get the impression that it's because you're not asking for it. Maybe you just don't think it's possible. Or that people could show up in that energy. That people could show up in that energy. Spirit, can you give me some clarification here from you, some guidance from you on the next things that my Sagittarians need to know or do as they kind of uncover this inspiration? Yeah, devil energy. You showed up though. Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Empress. The World. Shiza. Okay. So part of this is old news to you, is what I'm seeing. Let me just lay out what I see here. So then I'll explain why. Old news. The Devil, so Capricorn energy, Temperance, and the Ace of Wands, right? Then we also have the Wheel of Fortune, so Jupiter, very much your energy, 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. And I almost see this energy as like trading one for the other. Like you're trading the burden of carrying all of this stuff and like expectations and just like things that weren't working, and you're trading up to the 10 of Pentacles, and you're manifesting this beautiful, positive expectation. You're manifesting this beautiful Empress and World energy. So it's almost like a conclusion that opens a door. So the old energy, so this like old news comes from Devil, Temperance, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. And then like, it's just like you're at the 10 of Wands and you're like, screw this. Screw this. It's almost like expanding in like the inverse, right? Like you're not expanding outward, you're like expanding inward. And that's never really a great energy, because it means that, Sagittarian energy that I'm familiar with is like expanding outward into the world, growing. It's like this like happy, bubbly energy. So when you start to get 2 in your 10 of Wands, it doesn't work. So I do feel like you, 13, so 1333 just came on the time. I think that you're seeing how all of this is sort of deleterious to your well-being, my darlings. And the Empress is like the ultimate manifestation to me. This is like in the deck, at least, the ultimate manifestation of like what you value and recognizing what's most important to you. And I think that this is you recognizing that you want the 10 of Pentacles, and like the 10 of Wands is like being put down. But I think that there's like a pattern that you've had of I'm looking at the Devil and the Temperance and the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. And what I'm reading off of that is that there's been this way that you have had a pattern of taking ownership for balancing other people in your life. And that used to be inspiring because it's like it gave you a sense of meaning to help other people. But what was actually happening is you were not really helping them. And it was just this overgiving. Like I'm getting from this side over here, right? This like Sun, 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles going into the Moon. And then the Queen of Wands and Five of Wands and Four of Cups. Like that to me is like overgiving. And I think that it's a pattern that like you recognize, like, like this is you up here recognizing this in this like question, right? This creative inspiration. And I think that this can also just be seen as the energy that helps you expand into your Jupiter, like into your Jupiter energy, into that like fun loving, that absolute vibe, 1515 on the time. So I'm just going to clarify further, Saggies, with this Light Seers Tarot. Spirit, can I get just a little further clarification? Like now that there's a portal here, help my Sagittarians, just some guidance, Spirit, on stepping through it and not necessarily knowing the whole story of what's on the other side, because that's not how that works, but just some guidance on, I'm hearing what's next. What's next? I mean, if that's on the split and that's what's next, I mean, Sagittarius. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Moon, Nine of Wands. Interesting. I almost feel like there's like a pattern repeat. Like someone's going to try and invite you to repeat a pattern, but you really have to be in your Nine of Wands. Like use good judgment, discernment, and boundaries about what you actually want, because you've done the work to move past this pattern, right? So I have the Five of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. So it's almost like someone may be inviting you to try and revisit a situation, a pattern. You don't really have to go there though. Nine of Wands and the Moon. The Moon came out clarifying that the Moon came out, and then the Nine of Wands clarified the Moon. You don't have to revisit that though. You've done the work. So yeah, it's Four of Cups again. Sometimes like it might be worth clearing your energy, Sag, and doing like a transmutation or like some kind of guided meditation to send the energy away or to call your energy back, because I feel like this energy is like sticking to you. Like there's some way that this energy is like sticky. And like you're actually in this place on a more consistent basis, but like there's something about this past pattern that's like sticking a little bit. Sticking a little bit. Maybe the way forward here that I'm seeing is understanding what, not just what is important to you, but also really being, so this Four of Pentacles can also be seen as like the miser energy and like holding on to things, being really cheap with your energy and your time and your money and all of that stuff, like holding on and being stuck. But what I'm seeing here is almost you understanding that like you do not need to show up to every conflict that you're invited to, because there's so much more that you have available to you. I'm actually going to put those down because that's really important energy. It's like you're recognizing it's goes beyond like what is important to you. It's like this is the behavioral manifestation of the internal process of this, the way that it's showing up here for me right now. And just like it could be people that you've been dealing with. It could be, creative situations. It could be energies that you're balancing. Spirit, can I just get some more messages here to clarify this for my Saggies? How this relates to their inspiration. Whoa. Three of Cups and Page of Wands. Yeah, so like maybe you weren't getting a whole lot from other people. Like you just weren't getting your needs met. I do feel though this King of Cups, of course, King of Cups and Strength and Empress again and Queen of Swords, and you showed up again and the Fool. Sag, I think that if this has been a pattern, so A, you're moving past it. B, I feel like there's some love on the table here. I'll show you the cards that came out. So we have the Three of Cups and the Three of Cups and the Page of Wands. So I think that, other people are helping you to see this pattern that you've been kind of mired in for sure. And then Ace of Cups kind of sneaks out, right? Like I think that you feel you're back in your fire element. You're feeling inspired. And the way that you'll know that is because your cup is like overflowing just that tiny bit more. And it places you in a more confident, emotionally aware place, emotionally stable place, so that you're not afraid to invest with this Empress energy. You're not afraid to move forward on things that you value, because the fire of Leo, so this fire energy is being channeled into emotions in such a beautiful way, and it's so grounded, and it's allowing you to give birth not just to your creative ideas, but to this like renewed sense of self, right? This renewed sense of self, Queen of Swords, Temperance. So you, again, balanced, clear, and now you're ready to leap. And it's almost, so I love this. I'm smiling so huge for you, Sag. So it's like you end on the Fool and you started with the Fool. So it's almost like we've come full circle. We've come full circle. Like Spirit's like, yeah, this is where what's going on. And you're ending, this is where it begins too. The ending is the new chapter. Interesting. Saggies. This is beautiful. It's such a straightforward reading too. So I'll go through the planets and the signs that I see here. So the Fool is Uranian energy. The Magician is Mercury. The High Priestess is the Moon energy. Hierophant is Taurus, Virgo. So let's back this up and do the houses. Oh my gosh. So the Fool is just the straight up Uranian energy. That can be 11th house and Aquarian energy as well. It usually, I see it as like air centric. The Magician is Mercury energy, which is the 3rd house in Gemini, or 3rd house with Gemini, and then 6th house with Virgo. High Priestess is Moon energy, which is 4th house and Cancer. Moon also showed up here. So Taurus showed up as the Hierophant, which is 2nd house energy. Hermit showed up, which is Virgo, 6th house. So there could be some 6th house things related to this stuff that's going on. Same thing with a little bit of Gemini. And then we also have the Moon card that showed up again. Cancer and 4th house energy. It's just the abundance of Moon. Like, I feel like this has been really slippery. Like, it's been evasive for you. But the way that you're going to know is because people are showing you in very subtle ways. And it's almost like the people around you are pointing to a healing path for you, right? People are pointing to a really healing and loving path for you, Sag. So we also have Devil energy, which is Capricorn, and that's 10th house and Saturn. And then we have Temperance, which is your beautiful energy, Sag, and that is 9th house and some Jupiter vibes. We also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is legit Jupiter, so more of your energy here. And then we also have the Empress, which is Venus, and that can be Taurus and the 2nd house, or Libra and the 7th house. And the World showed up here, which is more Saturn, and also a combination of the fixed signs. So it could be moving through some pretty stubborn, stuck energy, which is Taurus. So Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Then we have the Moon, again, Cancer, 4th house energy. The Fool at the end, and Temperance. So a lot of repeating energies, right? Temperance, Fool, Empress, Strength. So this is like 5th house energy, similar to this, like, be the light. So stepping into, like, really allowing yourself pleasure. Like, I feel like you're denying yourself pleasure, and I think it's almost like you overgive, and that's how you deny it, and that's how it's safe. Like, you hide out, like, your inspiration is hiding out in the way that you give to other people, and like how you may have overgiven before, and it left your energy and the giving itself as being very ungrounded. So it just got kind of messy, because it would be like, well, I expected you to do this. Like, I'm carrying the weight of all of these things. Like, can you not show up like in a new way? Like, can you not, like, I'm bringing in 10 of Pentacles and I'm leaving with the 10 of Wands. What the hell, right? Like that kind of expectation energy. But again, the way that this is progressing, I think that you are getting very clear, and it's allowing you to expect something that's a little bit more positive, or your expectations as being grounded in something more positive are really freeing up your energy here. So Temperance, again, just to go back to the signs and the houses, Temperance, that's your energy. So that's 9th house and Jupiter. We have Leo, so Strength, 5th house, Empress, Venus, and that is 2nd house in Taurus and 7th house in Venus. And then we have the Fool showing up again. So I think that there's like a good balance of planets and houses here, but these are all lessons that I feel like you've been integrating at different times, but like, yeah, I wonder too, I cannot help but wonder if this is a lot of Piscean energy. The moon energy is more Cancer, but it can also be Pisces with that like elusiveness, like it's all hidden. Um, Very 12th house vibes. So I feel like it's kind of, I almost get the feeling like you've been on this search. Like you started out here as the Fool, like a seeker, like you're seeking your manifestation, you're seeking it. And then the journey has really been about understanding that you're you're letting it in through balance and through value and through confidence, right? Like it's not like this energy that's outside of you that you're seeking, it's within you. And I think that's been kind of the journey. But the Pisces energy may have sort of activated something or like pulled at something for you, right? So I'm going to pull from the Miracles Now deck, Gabrielle Bernstein. Here we go. Spirit, can I get some creative inspiration messages for my Saggies, please? And thank you so much. My positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. Yes, it does. The world is better when Saggies are in it, and how Saggies are in it. So I think staying connected to that positive energy is going to be really, really important, because I get the impression that there's a lot of reasons or like a lot of things that people have done that could have kind of pulled you out of this like optimistic, positive place where it's like, no, I'm not going to trust in that because it's BS. But I think that the thing that you're here to teach everybody, Sag, is like, I feel like it's just the way that you transmute negatives, and your optimism is so, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it abounds, like it's bountiful, like it's bouncing. Like I think about rolling hills, right? Like they're so beautiful to see and look at because there's all of these different valleys and, dips in the mountains and the top parts of it. It's just, when you see it on a summer day and it's clear and you're driving through like rural areas and you see those rolling hills, it's just such a comfort. And I get that impression, like you help the sharp edges of the world to become like these beautiful grassy valleys that aren't as scary. I like that energy a lot. Sag. This is the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection deck by Mike Dooley. So Spirit, can I get some messages just to cap off this reading for my wonderful Saggies? Thank you so much. Do you want me to? Okay. You've got time. Ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally and unquestionably worth it? How about living forever, wildly in love and loved wildly? You have so much to look forward to. Oh, Sagittarius, you have so much to look forward to. Oh, I really like that. I feel like I'm a marshmallow. Oh my gosh. So cute. But like that end part, you have so much to look forward to. I really think you do. And remembering that, like, thinking about your place and your positivity as like, it's almost like you're finding this part of yourself again that you kind of lost in translation of hard stuff as a kid. I'm getting like past messages here, like messages of like learned things and patterns and all of that stuff. But like, can you imagine being so abundant in time and prosperous of time that you're happy? You see, like you have this optimism that comes from knowing that you have years to figure something out, even if you don't want it to take years. Like I'm whispering because like Sagittarius, it's a secret. But like, imagining that you have years to figure something out and the kind of optimism that comes with that, damn. Because then it's like, it comes to you, but it comes to you because it's flowing, not because you're like constricting the answer out of it. Everyone is doing their best. There are really only two types of people, those you know now love and those you will love, until there's only one type of person, and then we'll probably hit replay. The game of life, the universe. Saggies. Okay. So remember, you've got time. There's so much you have to look forward to. And that sun energy, one with the sun, be the light. You have so much to look forward to. You are the light, Sag. Remember that. Hermit energy. You are the lighthouse for so many people. So if this resonated, like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel. Please and thank you very much. And not just grow the channel, but also to continue to do this and to know what resonates and what doesn't. There are other ways to connect with me through daily messages and So through daily messages and new moons and full moons and all that fun stuff. So do check that out on the channel. But if this is where I leave you, Sag, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.